in this new kind of diverse marketplace where there's so many different platforms and ways to consume media. What is the future of storytelling in sort of new mediums like VR, like augmented reality? And how can design techniques like world building help create worlds that are so rich that they can be realized in multiple platforms? I'm Brad Newman. I'm the Senior Research Associate here at the World Building Media Lab at the University of Southern California. The lab is directed by Alex McDowell. Here at the World Building Media Lab, we're really chartered with exploring the future of storytelling and how you can explore new mediums like augmented reality, virtual reality, and how these technologies can work and be used for telling stories. A few years ago, we got funding to explore these questions. And the project that we started was called Leviathan. The Leviathan is a giant flying whale that can generate its own hydrogen to float. We chose the Leviathan whale itself as sort of a self-contained ecosystem to explore immersive storytelling. We've done virtual reality projects, we've done augmented reality projects, really to explore what is the future audience experience inside of these immersive worlds. The latest story we did in virtual reality with the Leviathan, done by an interdisciplinary team of students. It really demands a new kind of team structure. We had a team of about 15 students, everybody from directors to writers to actors to photographers to game designers to programmers. And we really tried to throw everyone together and get them brainstorming and thinking collaboratively on what the solutions are. We started thinking about, well, let's not recreate the proscenium. Let's not recreate a stage where everything's just kind of playing out, sort of a virtual frame. Let's really try and tell a story that happens all around you and happens all at the same time. In terms of the tools that we're employing to create the content, Maya is a standard for typical 3D content creation for games. We're creating animations, we're creating models, and then exporting out into a real-time game engine. So at its core, VR is very, very similar to video game development. Where it kind of differentiates itself is in the experience design. As people are kind of getting into the medium, they should probably have a good understanding of art, 3D content creation with tools like Maya. Other tools like Mudbox and the P-Text texturing system, where we could actually paint textures and sculpt detail at a very, very high resolution, and then be able to extract that very, very high fidelity texture onto a lower fidelity 3D model, and then export that out into several separate textures. And that can be extracted onto a mesh, brought into Maya for retopologization. What that allows us to do inside of the engine is to be able to view the whale from very far out, to fly around the whale, and then to fly all the way up to something like its eye and see the subtle wrinkles in the eyelid, see the scarring and the texture and sort of the weather and wear on the sides of the whale. And it really kind of looks good from all angles. Up until recently, in the past few years, virtual reality has been confined to pretty exotic research labs and facilities that have pretty high-end, expensive equipment. Now it's becoming much more low cost to create a pretty high-fidelity experience. It's growing the marketplace out. It's allowing for a whole host of people to get involved that were kept out at the perimeter before. There's a lot of exciting ideas and ideas being thrown around. So I think it's a really inspiring time that there's a lot more voices in the room, and it's opening it up to artists and designers and kids. It's an inspiring moment to be around these fresh new ideas